Arun, welcome. We are potentially looking at one of the largest IT transformation exercises in the history of computing. This might sound a little grand, but that's really what's going to happen as companies start to adopt the whole social, mobile, analytics, and cloud framework. And a lot of companies, particularly in the IT services world, are gearing up for this. One of them is, of course, the big daddy, Cognizant Technologies, and I'm joined by its Vice Chairman, R. Chandrasekaran. Mr. Chandrasekaran, thank you very much for speaking with us. So, first question, the buzz word of the season seems to be SMAC. Right? It's social, mobile, analytics, and cloud. How does this all fit into companies, particularly in the IT services space, sitting in India or elsewhere?
We're definitely in exciting times. It really reminds me back in the early 2000s when there's a lot of buzz about the internet wave.
Okay.
So we are in that type of a scenario today where there are immense possibilities, both as customers as well as even service providers like Cognizant, where we employ thousands of people. It's a great opportunity for us to really think about a new form of enterprise, which is going to be a lot more effective.
Yeah, you said 1,000. You mean 170, 1,400.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands maybe. Yep, it's exciting times, and we feel that those who are able to catch this wave early will benefit significantly.
Right.
And so it's a technology shift that happens once in a decade. It's a once in a decade opportunity.
Right.
And we should seize every
Right. So we're all familiar with IT transformation, and that pretty much seems to be an annual exercise as companies gear themselves for various shifts, whether it's the consumer end or the enterprise end, storage, and so on and so forth. How is this different from that?
Actually, this has a lot more impact on the business, right? If I really look at it, the SMAC has become a CEO level agenda. It is not, technology is not just an enabler of business, it is an integral part of the business. And leveraging these emerging technologies, the SMAC Stack, people are now transforming their business model. The B2B organizations are almost becoming a B2C organization where they really want to listen to their end consumers, right?
Any example?
I think today morning, Shiv was talking about how Pepsi, instead of talking to their retailers, now they are actually getting a lot of feedback from the end consumers whenever they are launching a new product, right, through social media, right? So you are able to listen to customers directly. So that has a profound business impact, the way you think about product, the way you think about marketing strategy, the way you want to reach to your end consumer. So there are enormous possibilities. And, even within Cognizant, we have been talking a lot about Code Halo. It's not about the physical you, it is the virtual you that really matters, and what you do, you are leaving a footprint in whatever you do, what sites you watch, what music you listen to, and what are your social habits. All those things are being tracked. And if you have access to this information, we can actually profile the, people who are trying to sell to you can profile you as an individual. And
that's really frightening and exciting
at
the same time.
Yeah, it is quite exciting actually.
Okay. Yeah. So what are companies asking you to do in order to kind of measure up to this world?
Yeah, all the companies are really helping us, asking us to come and talk to us, what's going to happen, how powerful is SMAC as a technology stack that can help us transform our business? How can we be better in servicing our own customers? People are now asking us, hey, how can you really leverage SMAC Stack to reduce the cost of, the transaction, right? We work in healthcare field, right? How can you really apply technology to bring down the cost of healthcare, right? So in every sphere of activity, I can see the impact of technology in terms of transforming the business, helping to serve our customers to serve their customers better, bringing down the total cost of the transaction itself. So, and very, very customized services that our customers are able to take to the end consumers.
Right. So, here's the question now. Are we talking about more investment in computing, or are we talking about more investment in the brain power to decide which way all this is going to go?
It is, what forms of computing? I don't think you need to invest more, but you will invest in some of these newer technologies. Even within Cognizant, we encourage people to bring their own devices, right? Because that way, there is no difference between a personal, computing environment to an official, it's all seamlessly works together. At the same time, we have to take care of, the security and confidentiality. So we have our own platforms to segregate, enterprise data versus personal data, but people are able to work in their own environment that they are used to. That way they are a lot more productive. So we need to really look at where you make investments, right? And so it is not that you invest more, but you invest differently.
And a broader question, so are Indian companies with large delivery centers in India ready to serve these needs of global corporations elsewhere and consumers elsewhere?
Absolutely. We fundamentally believe in what you practice, what you preach, right? If we don't do those things internally within our organization, we are not going to be very effective in taking that message. Doing it internally lends a lot of credibility. In Cognizant, actually, we created a social enterprise almost 5-6 years ago when we introduced Cognizant 2.0 as a platform. Right? Today, we are a social enterprise. We are a virtual organization. We have global delivery centers where teams work together seamlessly. And so that type of a virtual organization is already there. Now we are able to take this message to our customers and say, hey, we can definitely help you create that social enterprise
in
your own
organization.
So the
SMAC part of the business seems to be about $500 million of your approximately $9 billion revenue.
Right, yeah.
So where could this go, and what are the kind of shifts that you see in streams in the next year?
I think $500 million, almost in the first year of launching those services, is quite creditable. Yeah. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. Now, as I said, these SMAC Stack of technologies are fundamentally changing the way businesses run. So there's going to be a lot more opportunities. If I look at it from a Nasscom point of view, you're talking about billions of dollars of opportunity. And so the sooner we specialize and be ready to grab those opportunities, the better as an industry will be, the better as an organization will be.
So, and you see this going substantially in terms of its contribution?
Absolutely.
Right. So what's coming down then as an industry or for companies like you?
I don't think there is anything downside. It's a constant evolution, right? You move from one technology to another technology. Now technology is sort of tightly integrated with the business, so you become more and more specialized as a service provider. It's not just about technology. You need to understand the underlying business processes. So it's actually a process of moving up the value chain, delivering a better business value for the customer. And that's what is changing today. We are not giving up anything, but we are getting better as an industry, better as organizations.
And a broad sense of how 2014 or the rest of the year is looking for you?
I think, looking at the opportunities that are out there, looking at the importance that technology is playing in running business better, as well as helping organizations differentiate themselves in the marketplace, I think the future is very bright.
So one thing that you would be concerned about?
I think how quickly we identify these opportunities and prepare ourselves, that's going to, even now there was a discussion on whether these changes is it an opportunity for the next 2 years or is it going to happen after 10 years? I think that's the concern we need to address. How quickly we can bring it forward and grab those opportunities. That's what is.
And the one big game changer or shift that might happen this year?
I think the application of. I'm personally quite excited about how we can apply these technologies to come up with very innovative products and solutions. That is going to be exciting. So I was even mentioning yesterday that India may not have a company like Google or Facebook, but we can definitely have a great company applying some of these SMAC Stack of technologies to come up with great products, great solutions, which can be world beater actually.
So you're saying that this is perhaps the first opportunity to have that launch pad for
that is what I expect. Breakthrough
product.
Innovation in terms of applied R&D will happen in India.
And thanks to this, the SMAC world as we call it.
Yeah.
That's a great note to end on. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Yeah.